Well, welcome to my XLF F17 unboxing. This thing, they claim it does 70 kilometers an hour on the outside of the box. Does have a hint of WL Toys 144001 in it as well. Anyway, let's get this unboxed, the battery charged, and take this out for a bash.
I was wondering there for a second if we could do a backflip off the wall on there, but I don't think it's going to happen. Tell me, you just caught that on camera, Richie boy. Works for me, boys.
Well, welcome back to the channel, my fellow Drifting Maniacs. Richie here, and I've got my new RCU Next Tuesday beanie on, which has arrived just in time because it's absolutely freezing cold, pouring with rain out there today in Northern California. But do take the time to check out RCU Next Tuesday on YouTube. I'll put a link to them below the video. You think I'm mad? You should see some of the stuff they do. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing and test driving, if the rain eases up, the XLF F17. Well, the car's four-wheel drive, 1/14 scale, brushless, 3000 kV motor, 2S 1600 mAh LiPo included. Now you will note the speed on the outside of the box, 70 kilometers an hour. That is around about 43 miles an hour. I am quietly confident we will be able to squeeze that out, but I'm going to be doing a speed test later on in the week when it's dried up a bit on 2S and on 3S and put that top speed to the test. Now the one thing I would say at the outset is it will not hit that 70 kilometers an hour on a 2S battery. The ESC is actually 3S rated on here, and I went on and had a look in the app and on it, and somebody has asked the question, will it run on 3S? And the answer is yes, it will. Obviously going to be testing that out. Now when I get this out of the box, the chassis is, and the suspension, quite a similar setup to the WL Toys 144001, but I'm led to believe this is a better quality car in terms of the parts, the metal, etc. that it's made out of. And it also comes with 2 sets of tyres included with the car. So we get a total of 8 tyres in here. We've got 4 of a fairly standard size on it and 4 monster truck tyres, which it does look, having seen in the pictures, slightly comical with. But we're going to put both sets on and try out the handling later on in this video. And I would just say before I get it out of the box, completely ready to run, batteries and charger included in it, which is always nice to know.
Well, it's got to be done. The Richie wall test. Oh, that's got to hurt. But we still drive away? Absolutely fine.
Anyway, let's get straight down to it and say available in red or the yellow and blue. And that's because the stock standard we got the normal 1/14 scale tyres fitted to the car. Now it's nicely packaged, which is always a good thing I think from the outset. On here we've got 4 tyres fitted to the car. These are the extra 2 pairs it comes with. These are the monster truck size ones. Well, as I just mentioned, I'm a fan of good packaging. The more cars you unbox in your RC career, the more you will be as well. It's not Ziploc tied down, which means we can take it straight out and have a look at it. So what do we get for our money? Well, we're getting the XLF F17 brushless car. These are the tyres it comes fitted with the stock. These are the monster truck tyres. More on those in a minute. USB LiPo charger on it for the 2S pack that's included. 1600 mAh battery on board in there. The transmitter, I will say, reasonably solid but fairly basic. Obviously throttle, reverse brake on there, steering on there, on off switch on here. We're going to need to put some air batteries in there, and steering trim is the only thing you can adjust on there. So no reversible speed, no reversible steering on there. And to fire the transmitter up, we're just going to need 3 AA batteries. Now this car is also available in a brush version, but I said this is a brushless version. I did watch my fellow Brit Tom Lee RC's review of this car, and his came with a different front bumper in the spares packet, but mine doesn't. But it is what it is on the day. Anyway, let's get the camera down, get the body off, have a look around this baby, and then see what it looks like with these beasties on. But before we get the camera down to look around the XLF F17, those wheels and tyres obviously comes with 2 different sets. Are these the ones that it's going to hit that 70 kilometers an hour with, or is it going to be these ones? Now it's going to accelerate far faster with the smaller diameter tyres fitted, but obviously with these fitted, which are nearly 3 centimeters higher, it will take longer to accelerate, but potentially as that a higher top speed because the wheels are so much larger in diameter. So when I do the speed test, to start with, I'm running it on 2S and then 3S with the stock tyres on here. Then I'm going to take all the wheels and tyres off, then fit these on, and again do the speed test on it and see what we get. Will there be any difference? Will that motor get a little bit warmer? The only thing is, while it might run faster on these bigger tyres, it is going to put more strain on the drivetrain because it doesn't come with any optional pinion gears to take into account the bigger tyres, which is quite surprising actually, and certainly something to think of if you get one of these. But my gut feel is, with the difference in the tyres in there, we might have quite a differential on the top speed of the car. So that video coming up later on in the week. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Whilst this is a 1/14 scale car like the WL Toys 144001, I have a feeling it's going to be quite a different beast in terms of its overall handling. Now I would point out, this car has got more metal on it than, to use that Richie phrase, you could shake a stick at on here. We've got metal drive cups all round, both at the front and at the rear. Also got them on the outside of each axle on there. Speaking of those axles, they're steel all round, both front and rear. Oh, those blue plasticky parts down on there, no. That's all alloy or metal on there. So from the outset the thing's looking pretty good, particularly bear in mind the metal shock tower on there and threaded shocks as well, making them fully adjustable. So I am absolutely loving the front and rear end of this car from the absolute outset. Now while comparing it to 144001, the 144001 is brushed. This is brushless for around about 40 bucks more. Will it be as quick? And one metal feature hiding away, we've got metal chassis underneath the car. Just check out those arms. They're looking, I have to say, as RC car parts go, they're actually looking quite sexy in that blue alloy. Now before I take the body off, the one thing I would point out is a little bit more room up in the top there than you've got in the 144001 body. So if you want us to fit a larger ESC brushless setup in here, potentially you've got a little bit more room to work with in there. Anyway, what have we got? Moving back from the front, I think a lot of this, if you like the 144001, will appear fairly similar in terms of the layout on here. We've got our steering servo tucked away on the left, combined ESC and receiver on here, 1600 milliamp 2S LiPo on there, but as I say, I think together at 70 kilometers an hour, we're going to have to put 3S1 in there. Our 3000 kV brushless motor there. Whoa, Richie, whoa moment. Wow. One thing I had not expected, but I can see from the outset, is substantially beefier. This is where it does differ a lot from the 144001. If anybody's thinking the front and the back seemed a little bit familiar on there, check out that drive shaft. My goodness me, Armour, if you were to make 1/14 scale cars, you would build them and fit them with this size drive shaft, because that is one mother of a drive shaft. Literally, that is about as thick as some of the ones on my 6S Armour cars. Absolutely outstanding. Dean's connector on the battery and the ESC. Anyway, panning around onto the back end. One thing also I would say is you've got fully adjustable track rods both at the rear and at the front. You can adjust everything on this car. Very, very good feel indeed about this one. I have a feeling though, something tells me though, this might be a bit of a handful given the size of that drive shaft on there. Your thoughts, people? Have your say in the comment section right now. But based on that drive shaft alone, I have a very good feel on this car. Now my fellow Brit, Tom Lee RC, do check out his channel, commented how the brushed version of this car, the gearing, the whole drivetrain was very, very tight indeed, but he also commented on how buttery smooth the brushless version is, and literally the mesh on that gearing feels just about nigh on perfect on there. First impressions, this thing feels built like an absolute tank on air. We'll have to see how well these A-arms put up with hard hit, but they are alloy as opposed to plastic on air. But I don't know, just got a good feel for this one. Will it hit that 70k on these tyres or the optional ones? Now I'm thinking this is designed to hold quite a bit of power. I was going to undo the wheel nuts, which traditionally are the smaller 5mm ones on air, but no, these have the big bad boy full-size wheel nuts like you'd find on a Traxxas or an Armour 1/10 or 1/12 scale car. That bodes well, as does the metal hexes. Well, there we have it with the addition of the monster truck style tyres to the XLF F17. The look of it has been totally transformed. I was wondering if it might look a little bit comical with those bigger tyres on there, but when you see it in practice, it actually works really, really well. And given that central drive shaft, the amount of metal on this car, I think it's clearly, and the fact it doesn't come with an optional pinion to take into account other bigger wheels, makes me think this thing's got the power to walk the talk on air, because I'm absolutely loving the look of this thing. Because although I've not driven it yet, I'm absolutely loving the look and what I'm saying about everything about this car. Anyway, time to get that 2S pack on charge and a 3S one whilst we're at it. And I have to say, I'm not sure who makes these packs because they come pretty much unbranded, but the 1600 and 1500 milliamp ones will give you, on a car like this, approximately 20 minutes plus runtime, which is just plain ridiculous for a battery this size.
So how does the XLF F17 handle? Well, it's going to need a little bit of running in, because if he's up, it comes to stop virtually instantaneously on there, even though the gear train is very, very smooth indeed. And once at speed, the thing is handling pretty well. It's quite twitchy with it being a short wheelbase on here, brushless power on it. This is not the best of grip surfaces to run it on. It's certainly got that lift off oversteer, which is a fact I actually like in cars, being able to do that. So just 2S 1600 milliamp LiPo on here, handling pretty well. It does want to pull to one side for some reason. Not sure if that's the hex is maybe a bit too stiff or not. Anyway, full throttle on grass. Oh! And he manages to hit one of the solar gopher sticks, the only thing in the garden, and I managed to hit it. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Full throttle the other way. Oh man, and does that transition pretty well. Oh, I tell you, it's just like, oh! Now these tyres are not, I would say, best suited to grass. Let's give it a bit of steering input on there. I managed to hit the damn solar stick again. Oh man, I'm quite liking the feel of this. I was a little bit sceptical to start with. Okay, I put the bigger monster truck style tyres on there, and I have to say, tested it off camera, if you buy one of these cars, fit those tyres to it straight away. There's a good reason for it. Because, whereas it was like a little bit playful in the grass before, now, oh man, armour tough. Oh, no, it's not armour. Can't believe I just did that. But the one party trick it's got with the bigger tyres fitted is it wants to wheelie. I cannot believe that car just hit that wall that hard at the front. Awesome. But so if you're going to be running a car on longer grass, or on grass at all, definitely fit the bigger tyres. I've been playing around with it quite a bit off camera, and the bigger tyres are definitely the better choice for the car. This is still just running on 2S, so goodness only knows what it's going to be like on 3S. And I think on a surface with a bit more traction, it's going to wheelie with ease. Certainly it's definitely going to wheelie like crazy with 3S. But I have to say, initial impressions are, the thing is very, very robust indeed. I mean, that's that's a major head-on hit into that wall. And as I say, with this battery, you're going to get, I would say, about 20 minutes runtime typically with these small cars on it, because there's next to no weight in the thing, which is the reason why it's a flyer. Well, that concludes today's test run of the XLF F17. It comes alive with the bigger tyres fitted on it. If you buy one, I would, if you're going to be running it off-road, particularly on grass, fit the bigger tyres straight away. And later on this week, I will be speed testing it on 3S to see if you can hit that magic 70 kilometres an hour, but I am quietly confident that we will do. So if you don't want to miss that, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.